You're about to be introduced to Lenny and Michael. They were fathers, uncles, grandfathers. Their families are among those statewide who want to know what went on in state nursing homes. Reporter Mary Keeler from our sister station, CNY Central in Syracuse, has this story for us tonight.
Michael Grafazzi worked at the Turning Stone Casino for 20 years, and his daughter Marissa says he knew everyone.
And everybody loved my dad. I mean, it was, someone used the phrase like he was the mayor of the Grand. He knew so many people.
The mayor's 90-year-old roommate was Lenny Viteri. His daughter remembers him as, quote, sharp as a tack. Lenny and Michael, as roommates often do, became bonded by friendship. Their families, months later, are bonded by grief and painfully unanswered questions.
You can't go back and undo what didn't happen for my dad, but you can prevent this from happening to someone else.
In 2017, Michael Grafazzi was suffering from Parkinson's when he moved to the Grand Rehab and Nursing Home in Rome. He spoke to his daughter Marissa often, but he continued to make his own medical decisions. When the coronavirus outbreak grew in mid-March, the state banned visitors to nursing homes. In mid-April, Marissa, living just outside of Philadelphia, sensed something was off. She hadn't heard from her dad. Her calls of concern to the Grand eventually revealed her father had symptoms of COVID-19. She told the nurses to call an ambulance. She called the hospital for an update a short time later.
And now I'm finding out that the ER knew my dad had a close contact with someone with COVID. Like, the Grand didn't tell me that.
That was April 12th, Easter. Michael Grafazzi never left the hospital. He died on April 20th.
They made him comfortable. Obviously, no one could be there from any of my family, so I spoke to the nurse directly. She held his hand, so he wasn't alone.
Later, Grafazzi's family would learn that Lenny Viteri was hospitalized on April 6th. His family confirms he was diagnosed with COVID-19, remained on a ventilator, and died April 28th. It's now September. Kids are returning to school. Michael Grafazzi had 4 grandchildren. The youngest he never met. His daughter, his family, and the family of Lenny Viteri are among thousands in New York State still awaiting answers.
It doesn't look good if the Department of Health is saying we don't have this information.
My investigation uncovered 3 specific failures that are evident in the deaths of Michael and Lenny. First is notification of families. The Grand sent this letter to families of each resident, dated April 10th. It says they'll reach out immediately if their loved one is suspected of contracting COVID-19. By then, Lenny Viteri was already hospitalized, and 2 days later, Michael Grafazzi would join him. Both families tell me they were never told their loved one had COVID-19 symptoms or was in close contact with someone who had it. Second, while visitors were shut out of nursing home facilities like the Grand, workers entered freely with no COVID-19 screenings in place. It wasn't until May 10th, about a month after Grafazzi and Viteri were hospitalized, that Governor Andrew Cuomo required nursing homes to test their staff at least twice a week. By then, the curve was beginning to flatten, but 21,517 New Yorkers had already died. Lastly, a fact still true to this day, New York's tracking of nursing home deaths remains unknown. My reporting has uncovered the state health department includes COVID-19 deaths in the overall death toll, but few actually count as nursing home deaths. That's why the Grand Sister facility in Chittenango still lists just 1 death, but the Madison County Health Department has assured me there are at least 10. Senator Rachel May led hearings with the state health commissioner in August about the impact of the pandemic on nursing homes.
So we were very disappointed at the hearings that the health commissioner didn't have the full information for us. I think just acknowledging that problems occurred and that now we have to look with clear eyes at them and fix them, that's the way to move forward.
Knowing the data is incomplete, the state health commissioner, Dr. Howard Zucker, has promised to release the number of nursing home residents that died of COVID-19 after moving to a hospital, how many Lennys and Michaels there were. Still, 44 days later since he made that promise, he has yet to deliver. Reporting in Rome, I'm Mary Keeler.